you ever do that? If Bilal was leading the prayer outside the park, would you kneel down and pray happily in front of Bilal? There's the problem with Islam, because that is an Islamic issue. You're not supposed to criticise your Islamic brothers.
If the truth goes
You're
against,
not allowed to
hold on a
criticise your Islamic
If
brothers.
the truth
We
goes
hear this
against
all
you,
the time,
you should stand
which is
up.
why you all treated
Do you wanna
Paul.
know what Islam
which is
says?
why you treated Paul Williams
your
the
problem.
way you treated Paul Williams, because he had the balls.
You're like a magnet to like.
I'm a
As soon as you
magnet.
see Muslims behaving in a negative way, you'll home in on that like a robot. You will go at that and just make it.
40 people were on their
Was you
knees
counting?
in front of
I
Bilal.
don't believe you. There's 40. Sorry.
Muslims have told me it was
I don't
more.
believe it. No,
Muslims have told me it was more.
I don't believe it.
It's
I
on
don't believe the
video
numbers.
again.
I don't believe it. Sorry,
It's
I
on
don't believe it.
video.
No, I don't believe the numbers.
You need to follow me on Twitter
one
because
second.
I tweet all this shit.
Okay, hold on a second, yeah?
Follow me on Twitter.
Now,
I
if
tweeted
there-
a photo
if
of it.
there's certain
Because
people-
I was incensed because Bilal was leading that prayer.
So,
Can
now
you
what-
believe
what-
it?
what-
Bilal was
so-
leading 40
so those
Muslims
group of
praying.
Those group of Muslims
And you
who
tell
are
me
praying,
to calm down.
those group of Muslims who are praying,
An active Anjem
it was-
Chowdhury
hold on a
supporter
second.
was leading 40
They were
Muslims
doing some sort of
praying.
protesting, okay? Far as I know, I don't
Behind
know.
Bilal.
That's up to them. I can't
I've
answer for
asked
every single Muslim.
I've asked Muslims so
I'm
many
telling
times.
you,
How do you decide who leads the prayer?
My main question is
And they've
to you,
told me it's
how
the most
hell
knowledgeable
Muslims are
on
trying
Islam.
to shut down other people's narrative, control the narrative. I want evidence of that. That's my main
I
issue with
gave you a whole
No,
chronology.
no.
there.
By praying, that's
You've
bull.
now understood.
Sorry, by praying, and now the Muslims have been told that they're not allowed to pray over there. Okay, no problem. It's not a big deal for me. We can pray in the mosque. We can pray.
But they're
with
still
people
doing
over
it.
there.
They do
Then
it at
that's on
every
them.
opportunity.
Now that's on the Muslims. Like you know the way you talk, it's like all of us.
Yeah, but no Muslim stopped them.
40. No, I didn't
Brother,
say
I'm
all.
trying
I
to talk
said
to him. Let me speak
40.
to him. We can have a word afterwards.
I didn't say all. I
It's
said
difficult to
about
have 50
40.
people.
I didn't say all. I said about 40.
So there you go. Like you exaggerate. That's my point.
No, I
You
said
exaggerate.
40.
No.
Muslims have told me it was more.
Muslim.
Bilal told me it was more. I probably shouldn't believe a word he said. You agree with me that it was pretty damn appalling to see any number of Muslims praying behind Bilal?
I'm going to reserve my judgment. I can't. Sorry.
Come on.
No comment.
Are you a man or boy?
Okay, I'm going to
Are
answer.
you a man
Hold on
or
a second.
boy?
Hold on a second. I do not agree with breaking any rules policy. That's
I'm not on about that.
Okay.
My
I'm gonna
precise
answer by
point was
myself.
the fact that it was behind Bilal.
I don't agree with anyone breaking any rules.
That's not my question or my point. My
question
point
was
is
where you-
precisely about
I'm
Bilal
not gonna talk about
leading
that.
prayer.
I'm not gonna talk about
Why
that.
not?
We know
Because I don't know
Bilal,
what's his heart. I don't know him properly.
You
Condemn
don't
another
know
Muslim.
him properly.
No, I'm not going to condemn him just like that.
And there's the problem with Islam, because that is an Islamic issue. You're not
No,
supposed to
that's wrong.
criticise your Islamic brothers.
If
are
the
you?
truth goes
You're not
against-
allowed to
Hold on a
criticise
second.
your Islamic
If the
brothers.
truth
We
goes
hear this
against
all
you,
the
you
time,
should stand
which is
up.
why you all treated
you wanna know
Paul.
what Islam
Which is
says?
why you treated Paul Williams
your
the way
problem.
you treated Paul Williams, because he had the balls to speak out against
Steve, let's
these
talk
radical
about this.
numpties.
Let's not go all over
And
the place.
you
Because
all
Steve, look,
completely mistreated
you have
Paul Williams
you have an agenda.
because he spoke out
Steve,
against
you have
the
an agenda,
radicals.
Steve. You have an agenda, okay? Your
I'm
hatred,
appalled
your
that you
hatred,
can't speak
your
out
hatred.
against Bilal.
No, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not going to speak out about Bilal because I don't
You're
know
a
him too
coward.
much. I don't
You're a
know.
coward.
Whatever. That's up to you.
You can't speak out against a
Why should I?
known
What has he done?
radical. So he is a firm adherent
I don't
of
agree with that.
Anjem Chowdhury.
I don't
You
agree
cannot
with
question
that.
that.
Yes, I'm questioning. I don't
And
agree
he
with
was
that.
leading 30, 40, whatever you want to say the numbers
The actual,
were.
for him, let me tell you
prayers.
something. For him to break the rules of the park, I don't agree with that.
That wasn't my point.
Okay? What do you want me to condemn? What do you want me to condemn about him?
That 30
What's
or
this
40,
condemning
that
game
thir-
anyway?
that
I
30
don't
or
get all
40 Muslims were happy to line up behind Bilal leading the prayer.
I've told you.
Would you ever do
for
that?
him-
If Bilal was leading the prayer outside the park, would you kneel down and pray happily in front of Bilal?
Because I don't know what. Because if any questionable character, I will not pray behind them. Any questionable character, I'll think.
So therefore,
Because I need to be sure who's reading. The person that reading is the prayer. I don't want to go into fiqh questions here. Islamic.
no,
all this-
that's a fair answer. That's a fair response.
So we have to, in Islamically, we have to. Any questionable characters, we can't really pray behind them, and you have
So
to
that
be-
either means those 30, 40 people are seriously crap Muslims.
No,
or
you can't say
they
that.
honestly
You
view,
can't say that,
or
no.
they view Bilal as a suitable,
no.
appropriate person.
Some of them
to lead
might know the
prayer.
situation, some of them don't know. Because normally, when they see people praying prayer time, people automatically, it's just an instant reaction, straight away go and start praying.
But
You don't start
but
thinking.
You just sensibly
but on
said
a general
you
thing, hold on a
take view
second.
of the
Generally,
person.
obviously, if there's a mosque and you start praying somewhere, and then you find out about a certain imam, they're like this, they got questionable character, then obviously one's gonna start looking into it, and you have to bring evidence. You can't just go on by rumors and start condemning someone.
On that point, I believe there are something like 10 mosques within less than a mile's radius
Okay,
of Speaker's
I agree with
Corner.
that point.
So why does anyone
Hold on
need
a
to
second,
pray here
hold on
or
a second,
outside the
hold on
gate?
a second.
There are 10 mosques within a mile.
1 second there. I agree with not blocking any entrances. If
Or
it causes,
breaking
if it
rules.
causes breaking any rules, causing any problems, if it causes harm or any sort of problems,
Causing any problems? How do you define that?
if like some people don't like it because they have this.
So you won't do it then?
I won't do it. If I know
Because people don't
me
like
praying
it.
somewhere, like even getting my mat out and praying over there, and it's going to offend 1 or 2 people, I'm not going to do it. then.
Really?
I'll go away. Yes.
Really?
Yes. That's me.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah. That my action is a dawah. This is dawah. Now, if I start defying and start getting
Sorry,
arrogant,
what action is dawah?
good behavior. Our Prophet came to perfect
Right.
a character. Do you understand? That's the main
So
thing.
part of dawah is just behaving well. It's
Yes.
not specifically
Yes.
about
Yes.
preaching or.
Yes, dawah is not just like preaching. Dawah is being good to people, kind to people.
Well,
this
we-
is
Then that enforces my
that's
point
Islam.
even more.
I'm
We
not talking
don't,
about
we
Muslims.
don't see good
I'm talking
dawah
about
here,
Islam.
do we?
Hold on a second.
Well,
Hold on a second.
typically we don't see
Steve,
good dawah
because
here, do we?
you're like a magnet to like.
I'm a
As soon as you
magnet.
see Muslims behaving in a negative way, you'll home in on that like a robot. You will go at that and just make it into something like make a mountain out of a molehill.
I gave an example earlier that I've seen someone from the Catholic, 2 people from the Catholic Evidence Guild jump off their ladder and
Say
punch
your friend
people and
here.
headbutt people.
Say that again, sorry.
Concentrate. If you want to listen, if you
It's
want
people
to.
talking, I'm like, do you understand?
It was probably before you arrived. I gave an example earlier that I've seen on 2 instances someone jump off the Catholic Evidence Guild ladder and punch someone or headbutt someone. They are the only real examples that I can think that I've seen in that 18 years of people that are not Muslims be violent here. Hello. They're back. Or the violence. I know you're probably going to give the example of Moses to refute me. All the examples of violence I've seen are Muslim violence. Or
Muslim
the
violence.
physical threats of violence come from Muslims.
They're wrong.
Now that
The
is,
ones that do
now
it
that
are
not
wrong.
is that is
They're
not me
wrong.
saying every Muslim is violent or every
No, but
Muslim threatens.
you're
but
selective
the,
in your
but the
wording,
only
in the vocabulary that
the
you use.
examples of it, other than the exceptions that I've given you, that I've seen it here, and unfortunately now it's weekly. It's not rare. It's weekly.
Hold on a second. Now, if a Muslim acts in a like violent way, that's on them. It's nothing to do with Islam.
Steve,
That's my
someone
point.
read out a threat on
That's my
Islam
point.
me,
Do
but
you
they never
understand?
took it
So
down.
that's my point.
It's illegal.
Do you understand, Steve?
And I'm not saying every Muslim is violent.
Illegal to read out.
No,
But what
but
I'm
the way
saying,
you- the way
but
you-
what? But no, listen to what I'm actually
Am I addressing
saying.
what
Don't
I'm
jump to
saying?
conclusions.
Still up.
Listen to what I'm actually saying.
I do listen
and this
to
is
it. And
all
this
I
is not
ever
just,
say.
This is not my point of view.
99%.
You're not
of,
fair. You're not fair.
99%.
You're not fair. And it's not. I'm
99% of the violence I see at Speaker's Corner is from Muslims.
No, Steve, it's not 99%. If there's like, for example.
How would you know that?
Hold
How
on
would
a
you
second.
know
Wait
that?
1 second. If there's in a certain area, if there's majority Muslims in a certain area,
Ah.
obviously there's going to be higher.
used to
number.
be the majority,
Hold on a second.
though.
Now, just because Muslims, a lot of Muslims come
Be careful what
here.
you're saying, Syed, because you're kind of saying if you don't get Muslims, you don't get violence. But if there's lots of
No,
Muslims,
I'm
you
not
get
saying that.
violence.
I'm not saying that. You're putting words in my mouth now.
Well, that's what you're kind of saying. You're saying because the majority of people are Muslims,
if you let me
I'm going to be
complete
able
my
to see
sentence,
violence.
you'll understand what I'm trying to say. You're just interrupting and trying to make me forget.
No
Do you
expectations
understand,
you've
Steve?
got of Muslims.
No.
there.
At the moment, if you're saying there's a larger number of Muslims coming here, yeah, now,
You're saying
is
it's
there,
not.
hold on a second. Oh, just calm down a second and let me speak. Is anyone stopping other non-Muslims to come here?
Steve, they were trying to
Is there?
intimidate you just then. One
Is
guy
there?
said he
Steve, I'm
turned
talking
up
to you
here.
now.
What's your question?
When that guy
Are
was-
non-Muslims welcome into this park?
No.
No,
And
they're
that's
not.
the direct problem that I was giving
So
you
how?
the chronology
Who's stopping
of.
it? Who's stopping it?
How many families do you see coming here these days?
I see
How many
plenty of
women
families.
do you see
I do.
coming
I see plenty of family coming to all over the park, over there, sitting down on the chairs. What are you talking about, Steve?
on the chairs? That's
Yes.
not in Speaker's Corner, is it?
Come on,
Anybody
That's
want
on
a
the
puppy?
grass.
Come on, Steve. Come on,
You got
Steve.
a
I've got
puppy? You want a puppy?
Syed will take
Do you
it.
understand? Come on,
You want a
Steve.
puppy?
No, puppy. Come on.
Go home.
Good advice.
So hold on a second.
Just to wear it.
It's not family friendly, is it?
Huh?
It's not family
No,
friendly.
of
place.
course it is. Why shouldn't it be? Why shouldn't it be?
If you had kids,
Hold
would
on a
you bring
second.
them here?
Yes, I would. Because I'm not gonna like go by on like 1 or 2 scuffles and someone like raising their voice, heckling. This is Speaker's Corner. You said you said you have issue. You said you said you have issue with the call to prayers. You said
So you're saying he's going to get me out the park again?
Steve, you said
Smash you up.
Our young boys.
Steve, are you gonna talk to me?
So he's one of the culprits.
So are you saying the call to prayer? Let's go to call to prayer now. Because the prayer thing is like for you. I'm not trying to convince you.